Hello everybody, this is Matador from freetradingvideos.com. It's 11:50 a.m. on a nice Friday, September 18th, 2009, and we're seeing something interesting in the markets here. I wanted to show you. Talked about it in the chat room a little bit ago, but we have a symmetrical triangle formation that is now, at least in the interim, broken down. You can see that. So right through here on this little 3-minute chart of the S&P 500 ETF, a little bit of a sell-off back to a certain level of support. Very typically these swing lows at the beginning and the swing highs at the beginning of a symmetrical triangle act as support or resistance, and we're seeing this breakdown now stall in this area, slightly higher swing low to my eye, and then it ran back up into resistance at the apex of this. And I was talking to somebody about this event a while ago, and very typically this is where people start getting hurt, so running back up into that is a logical place of resistance. We're getting a lower swing high now, and that sell-off occurred when the VIX broke out briefly. And so here's that little breakout we saw, and now we're basing on that, using that resistance once broken as support. And we'll have to see if the VIX rises higher before I would add anything to a trade back down into this area. But at least that was confirmed. The whole time that was happening, the Dow Jones actually broke down as well out of another symmetrical triangle. You can see that. He cleared the low of this, but still hasn't cleared the low of this guy. So when I draw in a symmetrical triangle pattern for this, you're watching all these things happen. No matter where you draw it from, realize you've got some resistance on the way back up, some support on the way down, broke that, support on the way back down. So these swing lows are still significant. And the Qs at the same time were holding up. So more of a ascending triangle here. If I drop this, and the breakdown we got in the Qs at the time the VIX broke were not nearly as dramatic, but we are still using this as resistance and rolling over. So all of these guys are sort of getting more in line. The trends were, when that was happening, were at 0.8 and 0.6 respectively. Now we're getting a little bit of a move up in the trend, showing a little bit more bearish sentiment in the markets now. Still in the neutral range between 0.8 and 1.2, but not bad. And again, going to see if the VIX can break out of this 2430 area. So the bank was also basing on its low during that time and broke down at the same time the VIX broke out, and is starting to sell off right now. So there's a lot to talk about in the form of divergences between price and market internals and symmetrical triangles, and, and it's a great day, and there's a lot of good action going on. So anyway, trade smart, take all these things into account as you're going forward, and use them to your advantage. D7 will be back with you at the close for a great video, and thanks for being a part of FTV. Nice working with everybody.